Welcome back. We're nearly about to start match 2, season 8 of the DhabiT-10, the Morrisville Samp Army up against the Bangla Tigers.
Good day, my name's Harvey Brutta. I'm the match referee for the next match. With me, the captains Shakib Al Hassan and Ruan Mustafa. Ruan, you've got the coin. Tails is the call. It's a heads.
We're gonna ball first.
And the first game meant there's a little bit of time between the Morrisville Samp Army up against the Bangla Tigers. England's Liam Livingstone, so two sides who are packed with international players. The Samp Army won the toss if you're just joining us and have decided to have a bowl first. Rambo Martinez on your left and the big Australian Paul Blocker Wilson on your right. Two on-field officials, good to see him. Big star in this DhabiT-10 in Rashid Khan. Hard-hitting Hazratullah, left-hander. And the last words from, well, Faf du Plessis with all his experience, not the captain, Ruan Mustafa, experienced South African and now franchise player around the world, Faf du Plessis. Imad Wazim, and two teams that are packed with international stars. Good to see Jack Taylor, who for all Gloucestershire supporters involved in this competition once again, who led Gloucestershire to victory in the T20 Vitality Blast in the United Kingdom. Should be a good game, this Simon Duel. Good evening. And the, well, I won't say dusk, it's now just going dark very quickly as it does in this part of the world.
Yeah, evening to you, Dominic Cork, evening all. Match number 2. Talking to both captains, just seen a little bit in that surface that game number 1 to the Bolts. The Ajman Bolts were in trouble early. As much as 10 overs is not a long time, Luqman Faisal, the local UAE player, out in the middle. You will see a little bit of crash bang wallop, and Hazratullah Zazai is certainly one of those players. Look at that strike rate in 49 matches. Imad Wazim, very canny left arm, I'd say spinner.
Yeah, spin straight away. Maybe surprising seeing how much movement there was in that first game on this surface. Zazai, a powerful player who played in the Zimbabwe T10. A quick single just to get them off and running. He's happy with that. And that's probably the best way to play him. Try to look to go him offside, and if not, pull him leg side. Pulled leg side and into the gap. He's a powerful left-hander. Zazai can get a boundary to finish the first over. The Bangla Tigers 6 without loss. This last ball just dragged it down a little bit. Just stays a little bit deeper. Good from Hazratullah Zazai. That's not the best of starts. He gets away with it though.
Well, a ball quick. You look to
must be a single. Oh, misfield. Should have been a single.
It's Sharafuddin Ashraf with that little fumble in the deep. Just so casual. Look, eyes aren't on the ball, just really casual.
And normally when it happens, either a drop catch or a misfield. He shouldn't have been on strike. It's a good shot, powerful shot for the first maximum.
Does not miss by much here, Mustafa, but the forearm power of Zazai, ability to just short arm jab that straight down the ground.
Oh, misfield again. Don't see that very often from Faf du Plessis. And a Couple to finish. He bowled beautifully in Zimbabwe in the T10. A lot of the batters couldn't pick him. They shouldn't have got 2 there.
To the ball, get that throw in.
Well, it's a part of the game where just gets that little bit of swing. He's so difficult to read. I spoke to Laurie Evans in Zimbabwe and he just said he couldn't pick which ball was coming. That one's gone away. Should be the first wicket. Little outswinger. It's brilliant bowling. Thoroughly deserved that. And the Bangla Tigers lose their first.
Hazrat Bilal with the catch, and it is wonderful bowling, as you said, Corky. Just watch this float away from the right-hander. It's such clever bowling. He thinks it's coming in. He thinks the angle's all coming in, but it floats away from him because of the release from Hodak. And that is superb. Bangla Tigers lose their first. It is Luqman Faisal, who has gone 21 for 1.
Brilliant delivery. What an over that is from Hotak. A wicket and just 5 runs from its end of the third. 22 for 1. Cut away, and this will run away. It's a quick outfield here in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, he'll know him very well, will Dasun Chanaka. We've seen a lot of Usuru Udana. Just slightly back of a length.
Deliveries pulled away leg side, and just to show you, when I was speaking to Laurie Evans, why it is difficult for batters to pick up, because he cannot see anything. The only difference is there's no finger behind the Mudana. So excellent again. Slower delivery to finish. Good from the Tigers this. 4 overs done. And the 28 for 1. Again, they'll be happy with that, just singles. Not worrying opposition too much. Throw in the fact Mohammed Naseem. And a change in where the seam is pointing. It's just brilliant. You know me as a bowler, when Laurie Evans said we were thinking here, he's got to be thinking I've got to try and hit now. And I like this from the... You're right, there is so many. And they just keep producing them. Just a single to finish. Well, it should be. Another excellent over. 6 from it. We're halfway.
Clearing inside the ring, backtracking. Can you get there? No dive. With Mademoiselle. What you've got the dive in. What you've got the pants dirty.
Well, he should have, shouldn't he? There we go. In terms of swatting it through, and Ahmad Wasim. You've got a laundry allowance, Chief.
Got to get them dirty. 6 free items of washing a day. Leg side, slides down, gets away with it. Good cricketer, Karim Janat. He's a good batter. Powerful hitter. Again, back of a length. Not going too full. Not giving the batter the opportunity to get through the line.
Might cut a bit. And he can't get it away again, Zazai. The wind out of his sails, but yeah, look at it. It's run rate's only 6.5 still.
Well, you would say Hazratullah Zazai, as clean a striker as he is, he's quite one-dimensional. He's a very much a stand and hit kind of batter. So if you've got the change up, as we again mistimed down the oh no, captain. It's the captain. Ronnie, what are you doing? 6 overs done, 42 for 1.
Good dear fella. Now bowled, again going full, and so Case Ahmed, he's bowling with the breeze at his back, so the batters are having...
Himself and Mohammed Yusuf.
Bowled again.
Take it off!
Oh, good hustle. Going back, go here, Zazai. You can't go too hard and clear that front hip. Skipper. Oh, Faf. Good old Fuff. He's into the 40s these days. He had his 40th this year, in fact.
Still fit and strong. Playing all around the world still. See him at the CPL.
But a very good over in T10. It's a dot ball. 7 from the 7th. Gets a freebie. And finally another boundary. And they post 50 to the Tigers, but it's taken them 7.2.
I'm just wondering if Karim Janak was going for the Yorker or just gets this wrong, because there's no real need to go that full. There's no need to go near the Yorker. When you bowl back of a length and hitting that hard length, that 6 metre length, it's been difficult. Yeah, I just think he gets it totally wrong. Just slipped out of the hand.
Up. Oh, wrist work. Here we go. Back-to-back boundaries. Well, he needs to hit another 3 of them in this over, I reckon. Play catch-up.
Well, this is a good shot. He got his innings up and running. Shanaka with a lovely square cut off Udana. This is a better shot. He holds the bat really high in the handle. He just uses those hands and the wrist to...
Yeah, that floating power play is going to have to be taken in the next over between 3 and 9. So that'll be on the cards there. Teams love to. And this will go for 4 as well. So much needed. 13 off the 8th. And the Tigers are 62 for 1.
Let's go, Bangla Tigers. 62 for 1 after 8 overs.
Up and over. Yeah, delightful, and goes for the maximum.
Well, he'll know all about him. That is for sure. Shanaka, Udana, out of the beautiful country of Sri Lanka. Guessed this wrong, Udana. It's right up in the slot. On this surface, you've got to drag your length a little bit back. Drag it back. Roll your fingers across it or let the surface nip. Lovely hit though from Shanaka.
And it's gone up. Gone a long, long way up and way back. Slow ball hasn't worked on this occasion.
Yeah, just 102 Ks. 6 brings up the 50 partnership, and all of a sudden the Tigers are just getting into the groove. It's fairly obvious. Shanaka knows exactly what's coming. He just pumps it.
That's a very good delivery. He's just looking for the wide. It's 1 for the over. Here's that extra one that just fizzes through here on a brand new surface.
Well, there is risk because 3rd is inside the ring.
Good call. And cloths this one for a single. Yeah, he bowled a heavy ball.
Well, he goes for it. He tried the Yorker, just gave a little bit of width, and Shanaka did really well. Don't forget, Shanaka was 8 from 9 at one stage, Danny. He's now 36 off 22.
Well, he does. He's playing catch-up, and he certainly needs to. And this over, the last now for the Tigers, has to disappear, courtesy of these two out in the middle. Oh, hello, good stop. Oh, blocker. Interesting.
Yeah, give it a wide. I'm not sure I agree with it because Shanaka goes a long way over to the offside. I'm just thinking from a normal standing position, I reckon that's hitting him in the pad.
From the bowler fraternity and the keeping fraternity. Low, 6 Shanaka's got enough of this one.
Well, it's turning into a gem of an innings, really. It was go slow at the start, but I'll tell you what, he's caught up beautifully now. Striking 182. 86 for 1 with 4 balls left.
Yeah, again, I just think being greedy here. There's a couple, maybe more.
Just mentioned Phil Salt's captaincy in the first game. I thought he uses bowlers over. Well, that's clubbed. There is a man in the deep, but all he could do is look over the shoulder. 50 up from 25 balls. Brilliant from the Sri Lankan all-rounder. He is giving Bangla Tigers a great platform now.
Well, they do go on about the two lowest forms of the game in terms of T10 and T20, and that strike rate. Bang on 200. 4 fours. Up again. Fetch this. He has smoked it, and the 100 up with a ball to go 25 off this over, humming along nicely, the Sri Lankan.
Oh, brilliant from Shanaka. It's not very good from Rahan Mustafa. In fact, it's actually very poor. Poor use of his bowler. Good.
Oh, please. More cabin crew on that. It's gone all the way. Shanaka finishes with 62 from 27. The last 3 overs went for 56. He ends up striking at 57, beg your pardon. 229 is strike rate.
Well, what a great finish. Brilliant from the Bangla Tigers, who were just limping along. I think that picture tells a whole story, because the first half of his innings, he just couldn't get going, Dasun Shanaka. And then all of a sudden, just plundering the ball to all parts. 52 runs from Shanaka's last 15 balls. That is sublime ball striking. 6 big ones over the ropes, and Bangla Tigers have got a cracking score. Zazai, well, he just watched in admiration for the last 4 or 5 minutes. He ended 35 not out from 26. All about Dasun Shanaka, 62 from 27. Partnership of 85. And Bangla Tigers looked like maybe they might get 75 or 80. Ended up with 106 for 1.
Yeah, good fight back, no doubt. And the bowlers, well, the skipper there, Mustafa. Wow. Decided to bowl himself in the last over that disappeared for 31. 3 sixes at the end, but 4 sixes in total in that final 10th over. He goes for 21s. And you look at that. Udana, 19. His last one was expensive. Janet, he too, his last one went a little bit. So the only successful bowler, Patak. A nice little knuckle ball. Look at that. The Burj Khalifa right at the end for the Bangla Tigers. 10 overs, 4 extras. 106 for 1. Shanaka carving it. Very excited to be here, first time. Rightio, Samp Army versus the Tigers. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the reply very shortly on the other side.
Match 2 here from the Zayed Cricket Stadium, Abu Dhabi. It's Samp Army versus the Bangla Tigers. Excellent from the Bangla Tigers with the bat in the first innings. Played superbly well. Zazai was watchful but played a good hand in the end, 35 from 26, but it was all about Shanaka, 62 from 27. He was 8 from 8 at one stage and then played brilliantly. 6 sixes, got his side to a very imposing score, 106 for 1. 106 for 1, I think that's a really good score. Imad, just 1 over. Mustafa, 2 overs, got absolutely smoked. Hotak, 1 over, 1 for 5. And Udana and Janat, pace was expensive. In the first game, pace was very useful. Morrisville Samp Army, they're going to need 107 to win from their 10 overs. Faf du Plessis.
Payne and Little, 2 left armers, one with a bit of pace, one with not as much pace, as in Payne, who just has the ability to just swing the ball. I think going about any run chase, you know with Sharjeel that he's just going to go, and I think just take and put the bowlers under pressure and work for him to do as captain, just to make sure that he got the right combinations, and with his left arm spin he'll be pivotal to see whether they're able to defend 106.
For Bangla Tigers, reinforcements with the bat for Samp Army. Unbelievable experience, Faf du Plessis. Josh Little's got a new ball in the hand, left arm pace. Can swing the ball, has had some success here for Ireland in the past, so he knows the ground. 20 poles in 24 games at the DhabiT-10. A little bit of swing down leg side. Mohammad Shahzad, the, well, I'm going to say former Afghanistan international, is out of the side now because of, well, doesn't have the timing, but only 2 men outside, so he gets the placement good enough for a couple. It's an interesting technique. It's not a technique, Corky, you would try and promote if you're coaching.
No, because he's obviously his hands are wide as well, really wide. But what that does allow him to do is access both sides, even though he just closes the face on that. So he has to carry on with leg side, but
well, beautiful timing, but even better placement. He doesn't overhit this at all. Test for the outfield, beats Rashid Khan.
It's something that he didn't start with in his career. Trevor Penny, who's part of the coaching staff there, it's something that has progressed as he's played a lot of international cricket and now the shorter form of the game. When he first turned up at Lancashire as a coal-pack player, he had quite a normal backlift, but you see how wide the hands are. A lot of coaches would say, no, you need to get your hands
mistimed. Well, I remember him at Lancashire. I remember those years he came over to play county cricket, and you're right, there was a Gilo strike. Well, that's going to hurt. Now, chance at the bowler's end, is there? Little didn't want it. Thick outside edge, deep third. Can he get round? Yes, he can. Dasu Shanika cannot keep him out of the game. It was a little bit fuller from Little, and it swung just a tad.
You can just see he's setting up to try and go leg side. He gets an outside edge, and because Little gets a little bit of shape, it's near enough a top edge out to Shanika. Good looking seam position. Look, he's trying to get on top of the bounce. Maybe more sliced out. Good catch. Really good catch. Well judged. Had their first wicket. Inroads into the Samp Army lineup. Shahjil gone without scoring. They're 8 for 1.
Well, I'll play along, but I didn't hear the conversation.
Former Pakistani bowler, bowling coach now.
The Bulldozer. A little bit of shape too. Just getting a little bit of movement away from the right-hander here, Imran Khan. Down the pitch. Lovely, lovely hit down the ground from Faf du Plessis, who's been watchful and then says, enough's enough, I've got to get myself going.
Yeah, Imran Khan just trying to bowl that length delivery and keep going that way. I've got no problem with the bowler doing that, but this is the counter. Faf du Plessis saying, I'm not having you bowling length, I'm coming at you. I'm going to try and hit you off your length and go down the ground, and because of that high backlift and that split grip, he's able to bottom hand it straight back over the bowler's head.
Oh, what a ball, what a ball. Shazzy has a little look for the stumping. It's all on in the middle. It's all happening.
Yeah, it looked like he went even wider. He's wider the crease anyway, but just look at the angle creates on. Look how wide he is. Back foot, remember, is absolutely fine. Front foot doesn't matter if it hits that side line. That won't be a no ball. It's if the back foot is close, and the back foot looks absolutely fine.
Well, in the air, there's a deep third in operation, so should cut it off. He's been busy. Shanika played well with the bat, took a good catch, and now mopping up in the deep. Power play done, 18 for 1.
Box office player. That's what you want every tournament to be filled with, and he is one of the best in the world. Franchise cricket.
Yeah, top class. 2 seasons ago he played a couple of games for the New York Strikers. Well, you don't need to get down the pitch because that's such a poor ball. That's a rarity. Up onto the bank.
Now, whether this slips out of his hand, he's just wiping his hand now. And whether that was an attempted different delivery, I'm not sure, but this is just a drag down. Like you say, you don't see this very often from that man. Let's have a look at this. What was he trying? No, it's just a drag down. Whether he's an attempted googly, he knows straight away. He knows, look, he knows, slips out. Good excuse for a spinner, isn't it? Just slips out.
And a bit. Well, even with that 6, well, and a 4 to finish. So a respectable over turns into a good one for the Samp Army. 15 off it, 33 for 1. Getting a little bit of that today, Corky. Missed timing, batters trying to overhit. You just think now every over, Shaki
as well. And even that is a gamble. Does he get enough of it? No. He's not going to drop them, Liam Livingston. You can just see a subtle change. Maybe he just floated that up. And another wicket down for the Samp Army.
Yeah, it's a change-up. For a finger spinner, you've got to be very clever. Takes the pace out of that, gets it way above the eye line, and Faf du Plessis, rightly so, thinks, oh, I can climb into this. Good catch from Liam Livingston. He might not have a jersey, but he got a good pair of hands down at long on. And Faf du Plessis, he threatened. Got himself in, but got himself out. Trudges off for 29. 34 for 2. Mustafa, the captain, clogs it leg side. Does he pick the gap? It's a big boundary. Bit of footwork, but not good enough. Shanika.
It's a misfield. You don't see that from Shanika too often. I just think sometimes the old-fashioned left boot to your mate beside you. He dives, and I think this doesn't help. Not a lot of sliding ability on these sand.
Oh, this is better through the offside. He'll get the big size 10s out.
He actually may have done, you know. He may have actually gone with his left foot, but just didn't.
Mark the hit.
Easy one.
Well, that's a really, really superb over from Shakib Al Hassan. Oh, got a fingertip to it. Played a bit in the big bash. Tell you what, he's got a nice hairdo as well for the tournament.
I know people will say this is a chance. Not sure what it is really. Look, you just see straight away he takes pace off. Experienced bowler. It's been around a long time and made his international debut quite late on in his career, and he still is out. Baba.
Oh, that sounded brilliant. What a wonderful strike. Deep into the leg side for 6.
He went with pace again, Payne, and he's dealt with. House with his first maximum. Just listen to this. Oh, you beauty. As a batter, you love that sound. As a bowler, put your head down, walk back to your mark and get it better. Get your line and your length.
Well, plinks it, mistimes it. He's a rather peculiar batter, Ram Mustafa. He hits the ball in all sorts of different areas. Even that trying to pull shot goes over the bowler's head. Down the ground, punished. Wonderful, wonderful hit. Second 6 of the over, expensive from Payne. 17 off it. Samp Army on the charge, 57 for 2.
And after this to go.
I think Corky's operating the big screen. It would have been a great speller.
Bowling. Or a spell here. And Shakib. Who's almost lost balance there. Well, decided to come upstairs and get Lyndon Honeyball to do some work.
Yeah, that's a fair delivery. Give me the best side on angle of the stumping, please. Yeah, keep rolling it. Keep rolling it, yeah. Yeah, batsman has clearly made his ground before the wickets are put down. I have a decision for the giant screen.
Just waiting for that decision. Let's check out you want exactly the final decision. The run and line.
Yeah, confirmation.
Yes, that's not hard.
Not you what?
One take. Naughty, but nice. At times. And it has been laced over the offside, but not a boundary.
It's only 3 letters. How do you get them that mixed up?
More flashing edge. And Andres House has got it to a nice little pocket down there.
Shakib Al Hassan with all his skills.
Got him this time. Shazad's ended up on the floor, but it's definitely a stumping. In fact, it's almost a run out and a wide. But captain's got to go.
Yeah, it is a wide, but it is out. Of course, he can be stumped off a wide delivery. Picked the batter's brains here. I think Shakib just knew he was coming at him, knew that Mustafa was struggling somewhat. He's fired it in, fired it wide, and he is a mile down. Yeah, Shazad takes the bails off, and the skipper goes 7 from 6, and 64 for 3.
Shakib to Jack Taylor, who's underway straight away. We've had 6 overs here. Oh, hello, there's confusion. Oh dear, that's out by a country mile, and it's Andres House who's setting in, and that's not good for the Morrisville Samp Army.
Oh, confusion aplenty. Rashid's first over going for 15. Trying to look for that offside, a call of yes, no, wait. And that is over, and you what? For Andres House. He's gone for 24 off 13. Been a good innings, but it's done now. 65 for 4.
1-1, Josh.
Nice little heave onto that onside. There'll be only one because he got a good chunk of it there, Taylor. The power play. Can you thread it through? You betcha. Nicely threaded for 4.
Yeah, sat back and waited on that one nicely. Rashid Khan doesn't often get too short. This is just a little short, an element of width, but those quick hands of Karim Janat finding the gap.
Google thinking it too, should be. Yeah, it's a big real estate out there, and Josh Little can't keep it to 1. Last ball, launching, and just safe enough because it was hit so straight. Livingston can't get there. It's off the pad. Oh, and a shy. Shazad. Worth a shy, most definitely. But what a length. And just getting it to go beautifully off the seam here.
Yeah, it's clipped the top of the pad, I think the back pad this time. Yeah, it's front pad actually. Got his knee up and clipped the top of the front pad. Looking to work at leg side, but again, that angle, it looks like it's got to come back into it. It squared him up all ends. Beautiful bowling, great line, great length.
Got a good chunk of this, and oh, good dive. Love it, A for effort. Really was. Chanaka hurling himself in there, trying to get a one-hander.
Well, an opportunity almost. Yeah, terrific effort. He's a wholehearted cricketer.
Oh, hello. Help yourself to a delivery on leg stump. Man, that's impressive.
Yeah, Jack Taylor, he's known for his power in the middle order. Gloucestershire man through and through in the UK. Debuted back in 2010. Been there ever since, captained their side to what was a brilliant T20 Blast title over the recent summer. David Payne, who's in the opposition, was part of that side.
Oh dear. Wow. You got to get out of the way of those missiles. 14 off the 8th. That's 89 for 4. And the strike rate in the end was 229. Now, last ball of the previous over, Imran, subtle change of pace. Tell you what, you want to change direction there, because if that had come back at his forehead, I think that could have been quite nasty. Oh, it wasn't far away. Man, that was timed sweetly by Taylor.
Just looking at this lineup, Danny, run rate's not out of the question.
Josh Little with his changes of pace and left arm angle. Be a handful. Oh, field set. Yeah, at the moment they can't find the fence. Finding
history, and that might go out of the park. The problem is, for Payne, is he's bowling to his captain. He's bowling to his captain. He knows him so well, Taylor, and he's just picked the brains straight away.
Yeah, it was a bit like Shanaka up against Udana, and when he got stuck into him. So length, sat back and was almost waiting, saying, yeah, I know what is coming, David. Yeah. Oh, good fielding. Yeah, Shakib showing the way and pitching the britches. Up, and that's the ball game. Yeah, keep the ball, get it signed. You deserve it. Catch in the deep, crowd one. And what a wonderful strike there from Karim Chanat to finish proceedings here in match 2 of this 8th edition. And the Samp Army, they get up with 3 balls to spare and 6 wickets to the good. Very good chase, a little bit stuttering at times, but in the end, too good, do.
Yeah, and you look back and you think, okay, did they get it right with the bat? They were only 1 down, and with 30 off the last over, nearabouts, how many could they have got? Sorry, if they got a little bit earlier, if they went a little bit harder earlier, only losing 1 wicket. Just the one. Hotak was really good, 1 for 5 off 1. Shanaka, outstanding innings in the end, but it was a little slow to get going. And then the Samp Army 108 for 4 in reply. The Samp Army winning by 6 wickets in match 2 of the Abu Dhabi T10.
And click on the bell icon. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Download T-Sports app to enjoy exciting games and highlights. Visit tsports.com.